Hello, Kim here from Keep Fit with Kim and Pilates in Pyjamas. Today I've tried to give you a slightly more full body workout, so a little bit of balance, a little bit of tummies, a little bit of legs, a little bit of bottom. So it's slightly longer than the 15-minute workout, it's more like 18 to 20 minutes. Let's get started. Let's start with the upper body. Circle your shoulders back. Let's just get a little bit of movement. And we're going to take it into arm floats, breathing out as you lift the arm, in as you return. Remember, feet hip width apart, as always. So both feet are pointing forward. Watch you've not got your toes turning out. You're going to pull your belly back towards the spine without moving the spine. And keep breathing. So try and really slow the movement, lengthen the breath. With your breath though, not in time with me necessarily. So the slower that movement, the longer your breath is going to be. Well done. Nice and easy to start with. Now I'm going to ask you to add in a little bit of balance. So, start by asking you to bring your knee up to your chest and back down. Up towards your chest and back down. Now as you're doing this, try and keep the pelvis as level as you can. You're going to be shifting your weight. I know I'm shifting mine, but aim to keep it as level as you can. And try and put that leg down under control if you can. Now if that really is too much for you, just lift the foot slightly off the floor. But those that can, really get that balance in and down. Well done. Okay, that's hard work, isn't it? Let's now take the arms up and stretch. And coming back down. Up and stretch. And coming back down. That's really challenging your balance. Hold your core. I'm on a slightly padded floor, which makes it quite difficult. Just a reminder, always when we're doing these workouts, please check your workout area. You're not going to bash your hands on something above your head or step on anything sharp. And for our Pilates workouts, always in bare feet. Now I'm going to change that slightly on the next move. Keep the arms up. Hug the knee. Open up. Hug the knee. So challenging your brain just a little bit as well as your balance. Now I'm going to ask you to keep your posture as well. So if you hold that core in, breathing out as you lift, in as you open up. Last one. Watch that you don't arch your back as you take the arms above the head. And as well as you come up as well, if you can only come to here, that's fine. Try and avoid sort of this movement. Well done. Just let the arms swing. We're going to do a Pilates roll down, chin to chest. So one vertebrae at a time. Bend your knees if you feel you need to. Have a look at the position of your feet as you go down. Hold it there for a moment and hang. And then roll back up. So check your knees are pointing forward. You haven't let your knees roll in. Weights evenly between each foot. Let's go down once more and we're going to hold it at the bottom briefly. There, I just want you to take your hands towards your right calf. So twisting the body slightly and just feel how much mobility you have in your body at the moment. Okay, well done. From there, let's come down. Then do gentle-ish tummy work. Lying on your back, open up across the back of the shoulders, arms by the side of the body. Feet bent hip width apart. If you're unsure, feet together, toes out, heels out. Feet should be parallel. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, bring one leg up to tabletop. Breathe in, as you breathe out, bring the other one up or just beyond tabletop. Then I'm going to ask you to take each leg out about as far as you can until you feel the bite, really controlling it on your core. Tummy's pulled in. You've got your neutral spine. Take it out. And then from that position, you should be feeling that on your core. You're going to take your right leg down and your left leg down. Start with the left leg this time, so bringing the leg into tabletop and a little bit more. So it's nice and relaxed on your tummy now. Now take that leg out until you feel it bite, until you feel it to be a little bit of effort, and then one at a time, left foot down, right foot down. Let's do that again. Right leg just beyond the knee being above the hip. Second leg in. Take it out until you feel it bite. Really be aware of what's going on with your core. Your spine should be stable. Pelvis should be stable. Right foot down, left foot down. We're going to do that. Again, left, in, bite, bite, left down, right down. Once more on each side. So right in, left in towards the chest, out until you feel that the control's only just there, and the left leg, right leg down, left leg down, left leg in, just beyond, out to bite point, out to tabletop and a little bit beyond, the other way, and left leg down, right leg down. So you're going to be working your core there quite nicely. You're going to be controlling your lower back. Let's bring the knees in. Try and keep that neutral spine so your pelvis is level. Hug your knees. I want you to, if you can, lift your shoulders and head off the ground. If that's not comfortable for you, by all means leave the head down, but it does make it easier. We're going to stretch the right leg away about 45 degrees. Right hand comes to left leg. Breathe in, breathe out as you change. Breathe in, breathe out as you change. Well done. Try and keep that head forward. If your neck starts to ache, please do rest it down. You can always add your shoulders and neck back up, but you shouldn't be feeling a lot of tension in your neck. Adding the head lift does increase the work you're doing. So, to make it a little bit easier, here. And again, be really aware of what's going on as you take the leg out. We're trying to keep the neutral spine. So, if you feel that your spine is arching and your leg is probably too low, take it back up. I like about 45 degrees. I can feel that in my hips. I can feel it in my tummy. I feel like I'm working. One more each side if you can. Remember, with all these exercises, if you can't do them all at the moment, do as many as you can. Have a rest. Join back in with the next exercise. And next time you do this workout, you're going to find you can do a little bit more. Okay. You just relax your back. I'm rolling my legs round, rolling my back into the mat just to give it a little bit of release. I'm going to now go to working our bottoms. So you take your feet back down, hip width apart, so feet together, toes out, heels out. Bring your feet a little bit closer to your bottom. Now I'm going to ask you to take your hands onto your pelvis. As we're doing this, I want to try and keep the pelvis as level as possible. So I'm doing two things here. We're going to be working our bottom and squeezing our bottom, but I also want you to try and keep your pelvis still. That way we're going to be working two things at the same time. So elbows are off the floor. And again, if you struggle, you can use your elbows for help, but ideally keep them off the ground. And I want you to squeeze your bottom, try and relax the back of your legs and squeeze up into bridge. Lengthen your neck. So if you've got anything under your head here, you want to take it away. And then I want you to squeeze your bottom and lift. And try when you do that not to tighten the back of your thighs, your hamstrings. Make it your bottom. Lift and lower. Just a little lift and lower. Keep breathing. I'm going to ask you to take your legs a little bit wider and open up, and you're going to feel a stretch through the top here. So it's almost inner thigh, inside of the hip, sort of hip flexor muscles. And lower. Lift, and we're trying to keep it evenly between both sides. You'll probably find the weight is on the outside of your feet now. You're not going to be able to do this with the weight evenly across your feet. Let's come back in and rest. And if you want to, bring the knees into the chest, give it a little bit of a stretch. Okay, you're going to keep your right leg in, straighten the left leg away. Think about what's going on with your spine here. I want nice neutral spine, so watch that you're not arching your back up a long way, which if you have tight hips, you might find you are. Also try and keep that back nice and open. Hold and stretch. Lovely. And change sides. Hold and stretch. Okay, from there, we're going to take your left leg up in the air straight. Now, some of you aren't going to get that leg straight. That's fine if you've got a slight bend in it, as long as you're feeling that stretch in the back of this thigh and through the back of the knee. If you're really struggling, you can use a strap or a band for this. Holding the leg, try and avoid the back of the knee joint, holding above or below the knee. And I like to hold at the side so I'm not pulling on the muscle we're stretching. And from there, let's bend and straighten. And again, if you're finding this is really uncomfortable on your back, you can bend the other knee up as well. I'm keeping it there because it's giving me a nice stretch through my hip. Again, doubling up on some of the work. In a 15-minute workout, we've got to get everything in we can. And stretch and hold again. Change it down. So bringing the other knee in, slide the other leg out straight. Be aware of what's going on with your lower back. Taking that leg up to a stretch. So again, doesn't matter if you're here, as long as you're straightening it as far as it comfortably will to get that stretch through the hamstring, feeling the stretch in the back of the knee. Whether your foot is flexed or pointed is up to you. If you've got your leg straight, or even if it's slightly bent and you're not feeling that stretch, actually stretching, putting some extra stretch through the calf by flexing the foot might help, but it's your choice. I'm going to keep my foot soft today. Relax, let's take that movement in and straighten. Now, I've just registered my foot was beginning to turn out. I want to keep the straight leg on the floor with the knee pointing towards the ceiling rather than allowing it to drop out. And again, you have the option to bend the leg up if you wish. So hold it there for another stretch. So again, it doesn't matter if the knee's slightly bent as long as you're feeling that stretch, and your upper body should be nicely relaxed. And release. Okay, from there, I'm going to come onto your side. Let's take it into the clam or oyster. So, if I was leaning against the wall, my shoulders, my bottom and my feet would be touching. So you can line that up with the back of your mat or whatever straight line you have near you. Relax your upper body. So if you've got a towel, you can stick a towel under your head. I haven't today, so I'm just sticking my hand underneath. My upper body's relaxed. And I'm going to put my hand on my hip because I want you to see I'm not doing this. I'm keeping that hip still. I'm just moving, keeping the pelvis still even, just moving the leg up and down, keeping that pelvis stacked, hips directly above each other. You can keep your arm in front relaxed if you wish, if that's uncomfortable for you. Let's lift the feet. And we're going to do another, around 8. I think we did about 8 of the first. Slower you do it, the harder it is. I'm trying to keep this workout nice and short for you today. And relax. Rolling onto your front. Taking your head down towards the floor. Arms out into a starfish, so nice and wide. And we're going to lift, alternating arms and legs. Try and really lengthen through the spine. Think more about reaching away than lifting high. Breathing out as you lift, in as you come down. So you're lifting your thigh off the ground rather than bending the knee. Keep looking down towards the mat. One more each side. Okay, well done. Push back up. From here, we're just going to go into a little cat-cow. So arching the back down, think of lifting the chest up. Keep the neck slightly relaxed. We don't want to put any strain on the neck. And arching back the other way like a cat. Just a couple of those. To release through the spine. And we're going to flip over onto the other side for that clam exercise. So again, feet, bottom, shoulders would all be against the wall if I was against the wall. I'm going to put my hand on my hip so you can see that I'm keeping it pretty still. We're going to lift the knee away in a clam or oyster shell. And release. Lift those feet off the floor and hover, and from there the same movement with a lift. I'm actually now going to put my elbow on my waist or on my pelvis so that I can feel that I'm not letting it drop back. So do a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more relaxed for the upper body. Your neck should be comfortable and relaxed. And as always, don't forget, if it's too many, just do what you can this time. Come back and try it again in a couple of days. And you'll find you can do one more. And next week you'll do 2 more. If you've done them all, well done. And release. Okay, and rest. Just do a couple of stretches to finish off today's workout. It's gone very fast. Legs out straight in front. Now I'm sitting up against the wall here. If you find that your bottom is away from the wall, you can't sit upright, you might want to stick a block underneath you when you do this stretch. Stretching our hamstrings again, sitting nice and upright, keep that chin relaxed. You're going to bring your right leg straight, left knee in, take that leg across and hug that knee in. So you're going to feel a stretch through that hip that you've just worked on. Now if you want to, I'm going to slip forward slightly from the wall. If you want to, you can take your hand close to your buttocks and add a little rotation over the opposite shoulder. So I'm over your left shoulder and I'm hugging my left leg in. And release. Let's change sides. Both legs straight, sit upright. Ease forward slightly, maybe feel a stretch in the back of the hamstrings briefly. This time left leg straight, right knee's bent, take that foot over flat on the floor, and you're going to pull that leg in to feel the stretch in that hip. You can just sit there. I like to bring my elbow round and hold that nice and tightly, but whatever's comfortable for you. And optional, take the hand behind and get a little bit of upper body rotation. And release. A little camp onto my knees. If you're not comfortable on your knees, you can come up to standing. Just going to take the palms one on top of the other and stretch them up towards the ceiling and stretch through my tummy. And release. Well done, that's all for this workout. See you next time. Bye for now.